Hey you guys, let's talk about AMI work for day number six. If you'll remember your history for our area, before Europeans settled here, there were a lot of Native American cultures. It's really prevalent around here, the Native culture history, especially if you travel anywhere into Oklahoma, because you have like the Choctaw casinos and things that continuously remind us of them. So the reason that the Native American culture is no longer prevalent is because the Europeans came over and brought their culture with them. We brought with us the European mindset. We brought with us our way of doing things, our religions, our customs, our traditions, our beliefs, and we slowly pushed out the American Indians. And in some cases, not so slowly, like with the Trail of Tears. It's a very, very sad history in that respect. But either way, that's a great example of cultural diffusion. So cultural diffusion is whenever a group settles in an area and they bring their culture with them, and their culture like soaks into the area, and they get intermixed, like the native cultures of the area and then the new cultures as well. Culture refers to the shared characteristics of a group of people. Things like their customs, their art, social institutions, foods, belief systems, pretty much all the things that make up a way a people live. The way people live define their culture. One area of the U.S. that definitely has its own culture is Texas. The Spanish were the first European explorers to Texas. When the Spanish arrived, a lot of the Native Americans here died because they didn't have any antibodies to the European germs. The Spanish built a series of missions around 1680, like you see pictured above, to try and ward off anybody from France trying to lay claim. Although the U.S. government insisted that Texas be included in the Louisiana Purchase from France, Mexico did not agree. In the 1821 Mexican War of Independence, they incorporated Texas into Mexican territory. The land was always in dispute as settlers from both Mexico and the U.S. continued to settle there. Texas worked hard to win their land from the Spanish, and they're very proud of it. Spanish and Mexican influences are present in Texas culture today, and they definitely have a very unique way of life. Texas is well known for their hot temperatures. It's one of the hottest states, with about 17 Texan cities listed among the 50 warmest cities in the country. Texas is also well known for its barbecue. Texan barbecue is a traditional way of cooking meat that's unique to Texas cuisine. The Texas barbecue is one of the most famous types of barbecue on earth, and the meat smoking tradition was brought to Central Texas by the Czech and German settlers during the mid-19th century. Texas is also known well for its live music. The city of Austin is known as the live music capital, since on any night there are over 100 venues there playing with free live music. Cowboys make up a large part of Texan society, so it's hard to go anywhere in the state and not see cowboy boots, cowboy hats, and rancher attitudes. Another place in the U.S. with a very distinct culture is Miami in Florida. Miami is known for its heritage and its many cultural influences. It's nicknamed the capital of Latin America because of its high population of Spanish speakers. Miami is the second largest city in the U.S. with a Spanish-speaking population. Another one of Miami's nicknames is the Magic City, since it is said to have come about almost overnight. In 1959, the dictator Fidel Castro came to power in Cuba, and as a result, many Cubans moved to Miami really quickly, thinking it would be a temporary home. Since the 1960s, Miami has been shaped by many cultural influences, but mostly, or especially, the Cuban influence. 35% of the population of Miami is of Cuban origin, and about 40% of the residents there are Spanish-dominant speakers. With the mass arrival of Cubans, the city experienced a large population growth. The west downtown area of Miami is known as Little Havana. In Little Havana, you'll find a very colorful or very busy street life full of local businesses like many mom and pop stores, and there are restaurants with some of the most incredible and authentic Cuban food. Another area in the U.S. that's well known for its culture is in Boston. Boston was a major destination for Irish immigrants. As a result, Irish Americans are a major influence on the area's political and religious life today. This could be a result of its intellectual reputation. American author Mark Twain, pictured above, once wrote of it, "In New York, they ask how much money does he have. In Philadelphia, they ask who are his parents. But in Boston, they ask how much does he know." Much of this culture originates at its universities. Boston has several Ivy League colleges, such as Harvard University, Harvard Medical. It has Boston University, Northwestern, Boston Medical, and MIT. So you are being asked to write about your culture, your way of life, because how you live your life determines your culture. It's just your way of living, like your customs, your traditions, your beliefs, the way you dress, the foods you eat, all of that, what you do for entertainment and your pastimes, all of that is your culture. So in at least 5 sentences, write about your culture that you belong to and the culture that you see around you.